Hi, I'm Karin. If you or any other person has a medical concern, you should consult with your healthcare provider or seek other professional medical treatment immediately. Never discard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something that you have heard by me or in this podcast, read in a blog, website, or in any other link material. It is not a medical advice and result may vary depending on your health issues.
Hello, everybody. My name is Larry Sands. Welcome to Shit Isn't a Dirty Word podcast. Yes, it is the end of 2020, and this is our wrap up show. I want to welcome our host, Kareen. How are you, Kareen?
I'm doing well.
Good. Good.
Happy through the holidays.
I know it's
Kids are
here. It's finally here, and I can't wait to. I want to talk to you for real about everything that's been going on, and also we have Eric Kasloff on the other end. Hey, Eric.
Hey, how's it going, everybody?
All right.
great, Eric. Great to see you, hear
Great
you.
talking with you guys again.
I know we're back. The crew, man. The crew. Um. So, Kareen, you've had a big year, right? I
Yeah,
mean,
I had an amazing year.
yeah, I
I
mean,
had a line of supplement came out, a book that came out finally. It's like to have my fifth child. I'm so happy to have it out so people can actually hear about what I'm doing, what I say, my jokes, helping people. So yeah, 2020 was a major thing. I was very busy with my work, cleaning people, helping people, and my book is like my life. People gonna need to digest it.
right, right. And I mean, with the podcast, obviously, like Eric and I are super stoked to be a part of your journey and to be a part of what you're doing. Um, let's talk first about your supplements, because we did our last show before this one. We talked a little bit about your supplements. Tell us how that came about.
About my supplement, I always wanted to kind of help my clients with additions because people and clients always gonna ask you what you recommend, what is good for you, and I always do. I always used to work with the best kind of supplement in the market. So eventually I said to myself, why referring to others when I can create it to myself? So I
Yeah.
actually created the brand and the ingredients I really wanted, and that works. And that's how it happened. It really, it was just, you know, uh, oh, it had to be
Mm, yeah,
I like
part of.
that.
yeah.
It's like I'm meant to be part of it, part of Pure Center. I just love my vitamins. They're like bestsellers. They're good. You can find them anywhere. Um, Anywhere, not online, basically in my stores. I'm not selling them on Amazon. I really wanted them to be like eye hand
Yeah.
Hmm.
vitamins.
Yeah.
So this year they will be in like high-end markets like Air One. I'm trying
Oh,
to go on that direction. Maybe
nice.
one or two supplement will be out there, but the
Yeah.
rest I wanted to keep in clinics so it's professional as possible. And yet
Right.
they're not that cheap, but if you like something good, you want to pay for it.
Which is
But their
very true.
work, that's the most important.
And see, that is the thing. Not, I mean, the exclusivity. When you do something that is exclusive and it's not available to the mass where they can just go to like any store to pick it up, I think that says a lot. Um, and you have it there right now in Tarzana, right at Pure Center.
Yeah. Hmm.
So that's really cool. And to
And
hear.
of course, on the website. So
Yes,
I
yeah,
can ship
pure,
it
yep.
anywhere to the world, anywhere I'm shipping.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Um, how long did it take you? Because stuff like that, I think people are under the impression now that that it's easy to do stuff.
Nothing is easy. It's a lot of research for the right labs, the right companies, the right combination. You buy, you take, you try, it works, doesn't work, and then you order the first line and then you give it to your client to try it out, get some feedback. I mean, it takes time. It took me about a year and a half to 2 years to,
Really?
let's say that during COVID, I worked.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
My brain was working how to make this world a better place.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
yeah. Do you remember? I always like asking questions because obviously you're the creator of everything. Do you remember the moment that you decided to make your supplement? And like, what were you doing?
Yeah.
Or what was it?
Oh, yeah. It was about, I want to say 5 years ago when
Really?
I started to refer a lot of people to buy probiotics. Usually, the easy one to do is to send them to Whole Foods, to specific brand I knew and I like. And then one of my clients is another owner of supplement, and he brought me a lot of the supplement, and I started to sell it for him. And I'm a good seller, let's put it that way. I did sell, so I was like, oh, retarded. I should do it by myself.
Yeah, yeah,
Again, so it's not about money. It's more about giving an answer to your client right on the spot, to give an answer. And you know something, when you believe in something, it's just easier to sell. And
Yeah.
when I created, it's my own baby. I know what I put there, so it's just easier to help people. It's, again, they're not expensive. They're in the middle part of either being expensive or cheap. They're not cheap because
yeah,
I do use a lot of good ingredients, and they're natural and vegan. So, and I'm using a good supplement, but
yeah,
it's a couple of dollars more than the average.
yeah, yeah.
And I
And
love them. You know what? They work. That's the most important. And I never
Okay.
argue with a client. If he wants to buy something he found cheap, I'm going to be the first one to say, go ahead, do whatever you want. And also for my clients, I always tell them, like, if you have something at home, first finish, then come and buy. Don't pack it up with so many supplements. You're not going to use that. I mean, there is no reason to do so. So it's what I did is more to create my dreams. Like, I still have a couple of more dreams that I still want to do. I mean, looking back of this year, even saying like I have my own podcast, people look at me like crazy. I'm a busy mom for 4 kids. I
yeah,
mean, they're on vacation right now, and I'm working, and it's
yeah,
juggling between work, and I'm like, wow, I did that and that and that, and woo, that was a
yeah,
good year.
yeah,
It
yeah,
was a good year personally. I'm not
yeah.
saying financially, but personally,
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
amazing one.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, that is the thing. I mean, some people look at it as, they do go, and I'm not knocking a vacation. We all need it, especially, but there is something to be said about working hard and creating your own brand. And really, first and foremost, it's so great because first of all, you're an entrepreneur,
Yes, very much.
right? Because
Thank
you
you.
have your own business, you have your line of supplements, and you've built trust with that. And that means something to your clients and to your clients' friends who refer you or who refer them to you. There's this trust that you've built.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing for 21 years.
Yeah.
I
but
can say one thing. I'm coming from a foreign country. And sometimes people think that money grow in the trees in America and
yes,
oh, America is a big dream. I'm busting my ass for 21 years to build my name. I mean, everything happened like stagely. So I really want to inspire other. If you have a dream, go do it. It's not going to happen in a day or two or a year or two sometimes. Sometimes it's going to take 20 years or 15 years, but at least it will happen. And when it will happen, it will be sparks because everything will fall the way it needs to and things can be just smoother.
Mhm.
So it is a hard work that pays off. I mean, today everybody knows who I am. If you would ask me 21 years ago, I would say in the future, everybody will know who I am because I really wanted to start my business when no one was there, when we
yeah,
were only
Yeah.
few home hydrotherapists. I really wanted to be from the pioneers of it. And you know what? I can say that I did succeed
yeah.
because people know who I am everywhere around the world. If you come to LA, you know who I am.
That's
And
awesome.
even if you don't, you get to meet me. So it's a good thing. So
Yeah,
I get all the clients I need.
that's cool. That's very cool.
And I'm
That's
very
very
happy.
cool.
I'm very fortunate to do what I love, to wake up every morning to what I really love to do.
Yes.
And I know for some people it's gonna be ouch and ow and
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
amazing.
And actually, before we go on, I'm excited to talk about something that we just did, and you have something that you're gonna give out to people when you buy the book. I don't want to mention it yet because that's like the coolest thing. But you so you're an entrepreneur, and being an entrepreneur, you found that you needed to be an author. So you wrote a book.
It came to me.
Mm.
I'll tell you, for years, client tell me there is no information, Karin. There is no information. If I knew colonic is like that, I would come long time ago. Seriously, if you search online, outline,
Wow.
everywhere, there is really no information about the procedure. There is, however, information about, fast and the procedure that is like attached to the fast, but nothing that really explain you, like not in a doctor's words and like very high words, and you need to be a professor to understand what rectum is, what speculum. I mean, very easy. So at the end of the day, I decided, it was one day I talked to one of my clients. She just finished to write a book, and I was like, something, maybe I should write a book. And I swear that's exactly how it was. The next
Mhm.
day I started. Of
Wow.
course, I had help, but I started to write the book. And because English is not my first language, so I had to have help writing it in a proper English and everything. But it was amazing journey. Everything was fun. It was fun to create it. It was fun to create the book. It was fun all the way till I needed to find a PR company. That was the part that wasn't fun.
I would think, that is the thing, because when we had first started to talk, like the biggest thing that you had was a PR company that wouldn't touch it.
I was in shock. And
Wow.
something, now I have PR that wants to work with me, but I was like, what's going on? And this
Yeah.
is with connections. I got those PR with connections, with
Wow.
high connection.
Wow.
Oh.
Didn't work. I don't know. Well, it didn't meant to be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way to look at it right now. I still need a PR to do more marketing. That's what I
Mhm.
need,
Yeah.
marketing.
Mhm. Yep.
But it was just in shock to me that because of the title of the book, people wanted to be like, nah, I don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't sell
mainstream
that.
things.
Right.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It was
Yeah.
kind of a shock to me, but
Yeah.
then
We
it was
it
okay.
Well, it's like, well, I don't know how we could sell that to KTLA or Good Morning America or fill in
But
the
I
blank.
didn't even want it to. But that's the thing, that the purpose was to break that taboo, and from the
Yeah.
other hand, they brought me back to the same hole I came from. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm not breaking anything if I'm doing, what you expect me to do. And if I'm taking the word shit and put it as a poop, or put it as no word,
Yeah.
it will sell the same. I mean, what's inside the book is what really,
Yeah.
about. And
It's weird how you can say the word shit as many times as you want inside the book, but the cover of the book can't say it. But the great thing now about the world we're living in, I mean, we're seeing more and more mainstream media, and every facet is just so flawed, this, for lack of a better word, so safe. But now there's so much more you can do, like what podcasts, blogs, YouTube, social media.
and this is
Mhm.
exactly why I wanted to work with you guys, because even a head of PR that is a good client of mine is a head of PR for Marvel, and he
Oh,
was like, you know what, Corinne, the new world goes into podcast. That's the new PR. You don't
Mm.
need anything but pod. You need to be um, in many podcasts as you can be, and like just join. And I'm like, you know what, that's exactly what they forced me to do.
Yeah.
By doing that, which is great. Sometimes you need that kick in your ass just to
Yeah.
move, and
yeah,
it's okay. You know what, in my life, my goal in my life is always pursue my dreams and never really fight for something that it's not worth it.
Yeah.
So, and in life, if something doesn't go straight with me, that means it's not supposed to be there. That means it's not mine, and it's okay. So, I do believe in God, and I do believe in things happen the way they should. And when I wrote the book and I started, I didn't expect to be a millionaire for that. It's like that wasn't, still not even in my goal. My
Yeah.
goal is to sell as many and to expose as many people to it, but never was money issue to it.
Yeah.
It was more about to just take it out, like send it to the universe and let the universe do the work.
yeah,
And that's what I did also with you guys with the podcast. When I saw that it didn't work with PR, I was just stopped. I stopped to look for it, and it came to me in the back door of it.
Yeah.
Actually, the PR company that rejected me last sent me to you guys, which was
wow,
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep, that was pretty cool. That was, and
yeah,
I mean, that actually brings us to the podcast, which and us working with you. And obviously, you know, like with what Eric and I are doing and talking to you about doing, will, I think, filter in to 2022, as this year is going to be the year of poop, shit, knowledge, knowledge
It,
dropping, you
yeah,
know, um, because I think that's one of the things Eric and I have really talked about, like for
yeah,
you know not our podcast, not just for our podcast, but for your podcast, and doing things that are a little bit more out of the box, because that, I think, is what it's about these days, you
it
know.
has to be out of the box.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like I mentioned before, people are gonna need to digest me more, and it's okay. So yes, 2021 actually will be the year of the information to put out there.
yeah,
And 2022, I hope for people to get it in both hands, read,
yeah,
learn knowledge, and yes, and do something about it. So 2022 gonna be look like amazing clean year for you guys. It's like
Yes.
less people
Yeah.
sick, less drama, more happiness, more everything, and yeah, more followers. I mean, we always gonna have something new. I mean, I'm not done just with the book. I mean, my next one's gonna be the next level probably. So I don't know what's next for me, but for sure it's gonna be a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not
That's
gonna be,
awesome. That's super
it's not
cool.
gonna be boring.
Yes, yes. And I know, we're super happy again to be a part of your
Me too.
journey. Um and you know what, it kind of boggles my mind to go back to when you wrote your book. Is that it boggles my mind that people still look on Google for things that are wrong with them.
I know.
And you know,
I
Apparently,
know.
I died 4 years ago.
right.
I know. Google is amazing. I can give you an example with one of my clients yesterday. She started to ask so many questions. I'm like, dude, I just forward you the link to Amazon. Buy my book, read it. You have all the answers there.
Yeah.
And she started to laugh. I'm like, no, no, you have all the answers there. It's amazing. I mean, it's amazing that you people still ask questions because with everything out there,
Yeah.
you can still feel like how uh, old fashioned old
Yeah,
thoughts like frighten you about things, and it's in your brain. And you know
exactly.
Yeah.
unless and she told me like, Karin, I mean, you saved my life, and I will promote it in my groups because it helps some. I mean, she had Lyme disease, and
Oh,
one of the things for Lyme disease is colonics, like the one thing that actually helped. And she was
I
like,
didn't know
Karin,
that.
yeah, she was like, Karin, no one mentioned that, and I was so afraid of it. And the minute I did it, it was like, wow, a game changer.
Wow.
So you only get it from people that really had a problem and colonic really helped them. Same with hives, and same with um, uh, any skin disease
Yeah.
or psoriasis, for example. I mean, people go through life without doing anything, and suddenly a little minor change in your diet and a good cleanse will give you a light. So it's a lot to
Wow.
think about it, and there is so many subjects that colonic can really help. So yeah, by doing that podcast, by writing my book, I have to clear one thing. It's not to bring me work. I'm very blessed with a lot of work, and I'm going to be blessing more work that comes through
Yeah.
my way. It's more to help other therapists.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, to
That's
hear
really
you
cool.
to hear you say that, it really, and I must say, ever since we've started our podcast, our very young podcast, I have learned so many things, um uh talking to you and listening to you talk about all the stuff that we're all the stuff that people are doing wrong, you
I know.
know?
And you know something? Even if you took 1% of what I gave you knowledge for, and it changed, just even, you know what? The minor change. Look at your poop. It's very minor. Just
Yeah.
to look at it, to
Yeah.
see the color. You know what? If I could make that change to you just by listening to me one time, that means that I touched you in a way.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to touch as many as people. And if you don't have a problem, maybe it's not going to affect you right away, but it's still going to be in your mind when something will
Mhm.
change. You know what? When you have kids and you look at their poop, you're like, why it's green? Oh, what did he eat today?
Right.
Which
Yeah.
cupcake was in a blue color? You know,
Yeah, I gotta say, I am much more aware now. When I go to the bathroom, I pay more attention to what goes on.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it's one thing that's affected me. Like I remember you talked about the smell. That means it's been packed in for like a few days or a day. And I'm
or
like,
a
oh,
year.
Yeah. I'm like, man, what did I do wrong that it's coming out like that? Should I, what do I do next? And I got the book, so I know what to do now.
I know you got a book, you got everything, and I must say, like looking at you right now, I mean, you look like you lost weight, so I'm sure
Oh,
you
thank
do
you.
something about your health.
Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, and as
Yes.
you can see, I'm drinking a
Yeah,
water today.
the beginning of the podcast, you drink Coke, and then we
Yeah.
went down to
Well, I got
soda.
to admit, I am a little afraid of you. So when we do the show, I make sure to not have a Coke with me.
Oh God.
You know me, I would never judge you,
I know, I know.
but it's, you know what? Even if you change it once a day,
Yeah, it's a big
more than,
change.
Yeah. Yeah.
in
Yeah. It's
general, I would say stop with all the soda.
Oh,
Period.
it's my one addiction in life. I don't, it's hard.
No, you change it to a different sparkling water with some
Yeah.
flavor.
I do
yeah.
like sparkling water a lot. I got to admit that. Like that Buble stuff is amazing.
Oh, Michael Bublé?
Yeah, he's got a like Buble or something. He's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
spokesperson
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, they're amazing. I mean, it's just really what you're gonna decide in your head. If you're
Yeah.
gonna decide to put the Coke down, you're gonna put the Coke down. You can see me drinking coffee without cream. It's because I gave up dairy about 3 weeks ago,
Oh.
and yeah,
Really?
once in a while, I'm taking dairies off my body just to clean all the inflammation. I mean, really important right now that you're going through the holiday. This is like amazing tip. Now
Yeah.
that you're going through the holiday, I know you're gonna eat more, and there is a lot of things made of creams and stuff. After the holiday, do yourself a favor. Just take dairies out of your system for at least 3 weeks. Clean the mucus out. It's gonna help you a lot.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. Okay.
Wait.
Wait. So dairy causes inflammation?
Right.
What?
Especially, yeah, especially if you suffer from joint problem or muscle problem, that's the last thing you want in your system.
Really?
Wow.
Because
Yeah,
my wife, obviously, she's got like an ostomy bag, and I mean, she eats dairy pretty. I'm gonna, as soon as we get off this podcast, I'm gonna go
that's the
drop
last
her
thing she
dairy.
should eat actually. For
Really?
her, that's a lot. That's so hard to digest. That's the last thing she should eat. I
Really?
would say, I mean, if she really liked dairy, and I'm saying like really like it, she can't live without like some cheese.
Yeah.
Goat cheese will be the best option for her.
Really?
But yeah, not all the American hard yellow cheese, not good.
Oh.
Again, if it's not something you do every day and you do once in a while because it's the holidays, wonderful. But if it's not, stay away from it. Not
Huh.
good.
Okay. Okay. Good
All
to
the
know.
creamers, everything. Again, you can always change your diet. Instead of cream, put some coconut cream or almond milk. I mean, there is usage, or oat milk. You can use those ingredients in your casserole, in your in everything. I mean, there is things to do
Yeah.
instead of inflammation. And for your wife, I would also stay away from the tofu. I mean, she doesn't need that.
Yeah. Tofu?
No,
Yeah, she
yeah.
doesn't do that. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
no, I'm saying like she doesn't need that or anything that's gonna cause her more gas. So I would stay away from Brussels sprouts, from cauliflower. Again, if she eats it every day, yes. If she doesn't and she bite once in a while, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's just because it's gonna cause her a lot of discomfort. Now, if she I mean, if she does take those things, make sure to take some digestive enzymes to help her break those proteins out.
Really? Unbelievable.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't know if I could make this happen, but this goes for actually the whole podcast in general. I would love um to have like guests on, like
Yeah.
patients or people, that have digestive issues and things. I would love to have people on.
I know. I mean, we're gonna work for. I mean, that's 2022 gonna be like.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
Exactly.
know what? It's gonna happen because more and more doctors are talking. I mean, I see it around me. More and more doctors are, talking about good health, maintain health, and like gut problems, and because it is pandemic. I mean,
yeah,
you want it or not, we eat junk.
yeah,
The
yeah.
majority eat really bad
Yeah. Yeah,
food.
that's what I was going to ask is because of the pandemic and because of all this ongoing stress and stuff. I mean, I'm sure you're finding more and more people coming in and saying, "Hey, I got problems." Or you go, "Hey, you got
Listen,
problems."
this year was so busy with new clients and new patients, not just my everyday client that had problem. Like real, I call them cavemen. They didn't left the. I swear, they didn't left the house for a year, ordering food, consuming alcohol, consuming a lot of painkillers, pills, depression or not, that they're ready to clean it out, that they're ready to let that year go. And I do understand, I feel for them because I do understand
Yeah.
the place they're coming from.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm there to help them. It's
Yeah.
to really clean that year. It's not just food wise, it's mental wise, it's
Yeah.
physical, mental, emotional. So many people got divorced, so many people changed their diet, so many people were depressed, lost their work, and so many people did great. So it's like a 50-50 thing. So, and a lot of entertainment business, it went back to business. So they wanted to look good and feel
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
yeah, that we have that too. So it's a combination of everything. And I can say that after Thanksgiving, I could barely breathe. It was like hectic week because
Yeah.
I
people
could
wanted to
imagine.
clean it out. Crazy.
Mhm. Yeah.
And right now I'm the same thing. It's like 2 days before Christmas. Then I'm gonna have some break for a couple of days, and the
Yeah.
third of the month probably it's gonna be packed again.
Yeah, yeah, but and let's remind everybody, and I love this. You're the what is the colonics to the star, right? To the
Mhm.
stars. And
For
so
everybody.
yeah, that's it's really great because obviously you have, for the people that are in the industry, award season coming up. And they
Oh,
have to, oh yeah, everybody's got to look good. And then you have people that are actually going back to work and they
Yeah.
want to not just look good, but they want to feel good. And man, I have, oh man, you should. I hear people booking their reservations to come to Los Angeles and go to Pure Center right now because because I can only imagine that if you're living somewhere in a small town, it's very hard to find a, a hydrotherapist, a colonic place, right? To do this.
true. Yes, but today in all the major cities, you can find also in the small ones. I think it's more out there today. A lot of clinic closed down in the past year, I must admit, but it's there. Like Florida have a lot, New York has a lot, Texas has a lot, Arizona has a lot. I mean, you can, if you really want, you can find. I always try to help my clients overseas and like in different cities or different state to find the best therapists for them, because I always ask my clients for referrals if they
Mhm.
had experienced someone else.
Yeah.
So I have pretty much in every place, I have in Israel, in Italy, in London, in New
Wow.
York,
Yeah.
Miami.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I have people from everywhere just because I trust my client that if they will go someplace, they want to go a good one. So it's just much easier. And yes, I have booking from, I mean, the next available with me probably gonna be in the next 2-3 weeks.
Really? Wow. Wow, that
Yeah, about that. And again, it may change. So I mean, everything is changing. Even though
Right.
I have like appointments that are pinned to the next 2 3 months, everything can change. So I always say, call me, text
Yeah.
me. If I'll have something, I'll be more than happy to do it. My prices are the same for you as a star and a star. I don't
Yeah.
have different prices.
I
It's
love that.
one price for everybody, and I wanted to make it pretty much affordable for everybody.
Yeah.
So it's not, again, like everything in my clinic, it's not on the expensive side, but it's also not on the cheap side. So
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get what you pay for, which is results and service. That's what
Yes.
I'm trying to give. So
Mm.
when you enter my office, you are a star. I don't care what's your last name or what's
That's
your
good.
title. And
That's
if you're
good.
rich or poor, you get the same treatment and the same price. You don't pay differently.
That's
It's
awesome.
really important to say it to people so they're not going to be afraid. Oh, she works only. No, I work with everybody.
Yeah. That's good. That's
Everyone that needs my help, I'm here to help. So
That's that,
That's
and
great.
that it kind of goes, you wouldn't have to think you'd have to put that out there to people, but I think nowadays people are kind of like, well, but does that mean me? I mean, what if she does it for that person? I mean, she's not going to do it for me. She's not going to help, right? But I think it's worth saying and mentioning,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah. No, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you pay and you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be maybe a little bit more expensive than other.
Yeah.
Again, not too expensive. I can expose my prices. My prices are going from $85 to $125
That's not
per
bad.
That's not
session,
bad at all.
which
Yeah,
is
that's
not
not.
bad. No, it's not, because the average is about 90. You can always find something cheaper than that, but I'm not going there.
Yeah.
I have enough clientele, like whether I like it or not. I mean, whoever wants to pay will pay. I'm not arguing. I give a lot of pro bono as is. If someone really needs my help, they know
Yeah.
they will get it. And no, I treat everyone the same. So it really doesn't matter if you're a lister or not. You pay the
Yeah.
same, and of course everything is confidential. And no, I'm not posting nothing about you or your other, unless you want to post something, feel free.
Yeah.
I think that's why they really like me, because I never ask any questions.
Yeah. Well, but see, here's a good thing. Kareen, you don't have to ask them because I'm just going to pose a question right now. If anybody like has and I realize we're probably I'm opening all of us up to a bunch of people, but if
Yeah.
you're listening to this, we do have like an email that they can reach out
Oh,
to,
for sure.
and and obviously if they want to come to, if they're in Southern California or California and anywhere, they can
Make
make
an
a,
appointment.
yeah. and
Call me.
and and where's the best place to do that? On your website?
Yeah, on my website you will have a form you attach with your all your information. I will receive it as an email, or you can text me to the number of the business. Actually, you can say the number of the business is 323-878-2600. It's on the website. It's everywhere on every profile I have. You can text me direct to that number. I respond very fast,
I love that. I love
faster
that.
than emails.
Yeah, yeah, I absolutely love that. And obviously the links are going to be in the description. Um uh one thing before, cuz I know, and like you said, you're always super busy. And I don't think that's a bad thing. But before we start to wrap up, I do want to I do want to bring up the fact that you have a poop chart that you created.
Right.
That thing is really cool because
Yes,
I
yes, it is. I mean, first off, I know it's meant to be a serious thing and it does help, but that is my kind of humor right off the bat. I love that so much. And it does help because, again, I am paying more attention to when I go to the bathroom now.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think, and that comes whenever you order the book, right, from Pure Center.
Yeah, if you order it from purecenter.com from my store, I will send it with. And if not, if you just order it in Amazon, you can text me. I will send a PDF file to,
I love
like,
Okay.
it.
so
I
you
love
they
it.
can print it.
I
It's
love it.
really more.
I love it. I love, and we'll put that up on Instagram and Facebook,
Yeah.
and obviously,
It
you
was
can.
supposed to be
Yeah.
inside the book originally, and from some reason, she I think the publisher left it out.
I wonder if it was a picture of different poops. I don't know. But no joke. Eric, I call him one day. He goes, "Man, I think I have this
But
poop."
it's true when you go to the hospital and you know you have those.
The pain chart, that's when I saw it,
Yeah.
that's immediately what I thought of. It's like the happy face, not so happy.
So before we created that, we thought about creating faces, like the one that tried, the one that
Oh,
tried really hard. But then I was like, no, it has to be more visual for people.
yeah.
If you go to the Facebook and Instagram socials, you'll be able to see what we're talking about. But Kareen, you are absolutely one of the most creative people I
Really.
think that
Thank you.
Eric and I have had the opportunity to work with, and it's just you know obviously it's we just
It's just a
2022,
beginning.
huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm saying it's just a beginning
It
of
is.
something, and
Yeah.
It
it's
is.
a journey that will go up and down, and it's okay to
It
have
is.
as many people in the road. And yeah, each one big
Yeah.
puzzle,
Yeah, it is. And but see that, I look at this as like we're a club band right now, right?
True.
We're just doing the
Yeah.
clubs, we're trying to get our names out there, and all of a sudden you're starting to get a little bit of heat. Oh yeah, hey, maybe we should go to the Roxy and check out Karin. Yeah, she's the new band that's going on. They're really good. And we're just putting this thing together, and I say we because I feel you
Oh
know
yeah, it's a we
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, and
I mean, this is a
I
whole new world for me.
and it's very it's it's very fulfilling to work with you.
It
Thank
really
And
you.
is.
because I'll go, "Hey, Kareem, what if we do this?" And you're like, "Okay." And then Eric is like, "Yeah, let's do it, man." And we've got a lot of stuff that we're putting together and that we're going to be doing in 2022 for the podcast, for your book, Kareen, and really you, because it all starts with you. You're the driving force to all this, and I think because of that, because you're so creative and talented, that there's just an endless amount of things that we can do. So
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. That's just, like I said, this is just the beginning of a journey. I mean, there is so many things I want to do, and I know I'm not going to be able to do it by myself. It's always going to be a part of something, or people will join me in some way or another. And it's okay. Every person that comes to my life in some point, it's a part of it. So it's
yeah,
like,
yep, yep,
it
yep,
is what it is. That's the way the universe really work. And I mean, my goal to begin with was to put it out there and reach as many people as I can. So that is amazing platform, and I'm very happy to share it with two amazing guys like you
Thank you.
that can understand my mind, and that flow with my not proper English sometimes. I mean, I understand. It's
yeah.
like,
Karina, you say that, but I gotta all be honest, you speak English more properly than I do. And I've lived here my whole entire life. And yeah,
Hey, my kids are not saying that.
oh,
Oh
yeah.
man. Oh man. Actually,
But
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm saying like, but I do speak. I mean, whoever needs to understand me, do. So
That's it. That's it.
this is the real me. I'm not trying to be someone else. I mean,
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
what you see is what you get. I know some people will like my voice, probably some people not, and it's okay too.
Yeah.
I just want to touch something. So whatever happened in 2022, I'm blessed. I'm like,
Yeah.
That's
I'm
the best way to look at it.
I'm reaching forward to every person out there. Please follow us, listen to us.
Yeah.
We might help you. You never know. You
Exactly.
might be surprised, but
Yes.
at least have fun with us, and it's okay. That's
Yes,
another
absolutely.
good thing. It's like, and don't forget, purchase the book. It's amazing, funny
Mm.
book with
Yes.
a lot of information, a lot of cases out there, my personal story as well. You can purchase it in Amazon. Shit isn't a dirty words. That's the name of it. You can look for the links in my website on
Mhm.
all our pages, or just click my name, Karin. It will come out.
Yes,
And don't
absolutely.
forget to put review because I need the reviews.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Actually, Eric, I'm going to ask you for the email that we have set up for Kareen here in a minute. But I do want to say, everything that you got going on is absolutely amazing for what you've been doing. You're an entrepreneur, you're an author, now you're a podcaster. But more importantly, you really are an expert in what you do. And I think that's what's most fascinating because you not only talk about what you do, but you're so passionate
Hmm.
about
Yeah.
what you do. And I think and I hope that it's one thing to have a book, but it's another thing to hear you talk about your book and to hear you speak about things that you're so passionate about because this that but again that's why I think podcasts are so big and because we get this is a real-time talk about your book and things that you put in your book and who you are, and I just think it's amazing. Eric, do you have that email?
Yes, I do. I pulled it up. It is Ask Kareen no, sorry, Ask Kareen podcast at gmail.com.
Perfect, perfect.
Links will be in the description so you could email us through that for any
Yes,
questions you have.
yes. I think as a good wrap up, Kareen, what do you hope for the podcast coming up?
I hope that this podcast will reach as many as people as possible. First of all, many audience, that we're gonna see more people engage to it and ask questions, and actually will be more interested in new subjects because I mean, we have a lot of subjects to talk about. It that was just the tip of the ice. And I really wish to be a guest in other podcasts that's
Yeah.
going to link to
We
this
are
podcast.
working on that as we
Yep.
speak.
Me too. And I wish that people going to change their thought, or the people going to change the way they look at things in from my point of view about other things, and that we really gonna put this year on the side and live with the COVID, live with the pandemic, live with it, and
Yeah.
not against it.
Yeah.
Actually, and do more for ourselves, for our body, to pass those waves.
Yeah.
So I wish us like a very clean, healthier year than last year, and that we're going to be very happy this year. 2022 is a good number, is a four is a good number in
Yeah.
numerology. It's amazing. It's to put the knowledge out there and to really start your journey. So I think we're going to a better year this time. So it's like take whatever, I wish everybody to take even the hard things and look forward to better things and see the light at the end of the tunnel, because I've been busy in this bad year, you so call it.
Right.
I
Yeah.
took that year, the time I had, and I just made things that interest me. So I really hope for everybody to do something for themselves.
Yes.
Don't ever be afraid to, to not succeed, to fail. It's part of it.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah. It's safe to say you made lemonade out of a year of lemons.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I made a lemonade with strawberries too.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I, I,
It's like
I,
it's be happy. Like I think I mentioned that on the first episode, that this is what I recommend to my client is good health comes with 85% of happiness. Otherwise it doesn't come.
Wow.
yeah, yeah,
Like you have to be really happy with everything you do, with your life, with your decisions. And it's okay to, to be mad and be that, but be happy for most part you do.
yeah,
And then 20% or 15% of good diet and exercise, because all that is not worth it if you're an unhappy person, depressed, on medication. I mean, it's not gonna help.
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
for a good
yeah,
healthier, that's what
yeah.
I wish.
Yeah.
Mm.
Amen to that. I second that. And I know, just in the short time, again, not to beat a dead horse, but I have just in the short time, I want people to listen to the podcast like I listen to it, because obviously I'm a part of it, but I've learned so much, Kareen, from you, and I do. I pay attention more to what goes into my body and what comes out. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Because it's different when we talk, you listen. When I
Mhm.
just write it, you read it. And when you read it, some of it will go in, some of it will go out, like
Yeah.
anything in life.
Yep.
So it's really, and that was my goal, is to reach people, to talk to people the same way I talk in my clinic, so people listen. And I know I affect them in some way or another. Each person come with a different problem. And at the end of the day, I helped both of us. So he came with a problem that probably I needed an answer for. And it's just like a great puzzle.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Well, I think that's a great way to wrap up. Eric,
Exactly.
how you fit? You want to wrap us up?
Yeah, well, everybody, we just want to thank you one more time for listening to the show. Karin, thank you so much as always for being the best part of it. And
Thank you.
everybody have a very happy and blessed new year.